All right, this method is called tempo intervals, and it's really a progression up from cardiac output. The key here is that this is a moderate intensity interval because we're not trying to go as fast as we possibly can. We're just trying to tap into those moderate threshold fibers and promote blood flow into them. We're also trying to teach him just the next step of dynamic energy control, or controlling his pace, controlling his recovery in between work periods. So what we're looking for here is about a 10 to 12 second work period, again at about 70%, not 100%, 70% of his maximum speed and intensity, and then a 60-second rest period where our goal is, again, to teach him how to drive his heart rate down as quickly as possible. Now, if you're using Morpheus, we can also use the zones to make sure the intensity is appropriate. What we should see during that 10 to 12 second work period is him get up into the green, the lower parts of the green or top end of the blue. If we see him driving all the way up into the top of the conditioning zone or even getting the red zone, we know he's going way too hard, way too fast. If you have an exercise where you can measure distance or measure power output, that also gives you a shooting point, because what you can do is have him go for 10 seconds maximal and see how far he can cover, and then shoot for about 70% of that during the actual method itself. So again, what we're going to do here is we're having him go for 10 seconds. Our goal is 70% intensity. We should see his heart rate get up into the lower part of the green zone, maybe a little bit above that, but our goal should be to keep him away from anything higher than that. And then we want to see how well he can recover during that 60-second recovery period. And again, our goal here is to see him get back into the blue as quickly as possible before he repeats that. So we'll give him a 10-second count here on 3, 2, 1, go. And again, 70% is what we're shooting for, not maximum speed, not maximum intensity. You can see here he's toward the top of the blue. And 3, 2, 1, recover. Okay, you can see there he got just in the top of the green there, 141, 142. Again, just our bottom of the green zone, I should say, top of the blue. And now our goal should be 60 seconds of active recovery. So again, we want active recovery. We don't want people just sitting there, because most sports, most activities are dynamic. You want people moving and recovering, learning how to breathe and put all that together. So this isn't a period where we just have him work and then just sit there. We want to teach him how to learn, how to move, how to breathe, and how to recover in an active format. So you can see here, his heart rate is starting to come back down. He's at 141. Now he's back in the blue, 138. Again, that's what we're looking for. How quickly can he recover from that work period? And because this is not a maximal intensity exercise, against it's 70%, we should see him be able to recover fairly quickly. And the more he can do that, the more reps he can get in over time with a quick recovery, the better his conditioning is going to be, and the better he's going to be able to respond and adapt well to the higher intensity methods to come. So remember, it's all about progression. This is a step up from cardiac output. It's part of the preparation for the higher intensity methods to come. Now, we haven't given him a full rest period here, but let's just give him another 10-second one. In 3, 2, 1, and go. 10 seconds. Again, you see he's back in the 130 range in the blue. And 3, 2, 1, recover. Okay, there you go. You see he actually got a little bit better than that one. He didn't go quite as high, but he is still towards the top of the blue zone. So again, this is called tempo intervals because our goal is to hit that 70% tempo. I've also calling it lately recovery zone intervals because this is a recovery zone type exercise. You can use it to improve conditioning, but you can also use it in your high performance recovery training sessions, which we'll talk about later, in order to build recovery, because again, it is a lower intensity method. It's going to promote recovery as well as conditioning. So great all around method. It's the next progression up from cardiac output. That's tempo intervals.